give it a little, almost. Maybe you can use sound vibration. Ah! Sorry. There is no finer drink in this world with which to wash down a chalupa than a Baja Blast, but life cannot be all liquid cheese and soupy beef all the time, which is why I've challenged myself to create a 3-course fine dining menu out of the champagne of living moss. And the only person fancy enough I know to be able to judge these dishes, Nicole Hendizadeh. Nicole, I see you're in a Halloween costume of sorts.
No, I wore a ball gown for the occasion.
It's a very lovely gown. All right, so you are a fancy woman, you're a classy woman. You're drinking your Baja Blast in your gown. I need you to be perfectly honest with me on these dishes and judge them harshly.
Of course, I'll let you know good job, Josh, or bad job, Josh, right after I taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Twitter.
Okay, but then everyone's gonna know I did a bad job if I did bad.
Well, the people need to know.
But
you're always vocal on Twitter, why can't I be vocal on Twitter?
Feeling bad feels bad.
Yeah, well, you know, what are you gonna do?
But what if I do good?
Let me just go ahead and draft up these tweets real quick.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do you mean?
I don't know.
Let's get cooking.
Let's do it. All right, the first step to make a fine dining meal out of Baja Blast is to get all riled up on about 64 ounces of Baja Blast. But the second step is to start getting your Baja Blast reducing. A lot of people ask, Josh, what is the flavor of Baja Blast? Like chemicals, but also a little bit of blue. It's technically supposed to be a lime flavored. You don't get a ton of lime flavor, but you do get a really unique sort of sweet and fruity palate from it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the rest of this. We already have a lot boiling. We've reduced about 15 gallons worth of Baja Blast this entire thing. But I'm gonna get some more of that working in the pot. That's gonna be for later. I'll show you what it looks like right now. All right, so this is about a gallon of Baja Blast that's been reducing. You see it's such a concentrated color. It's got a super concentrated flavor. The key to working with something like a Baja Blast Mountain Dew reduction is to treat it like any sort of very sort of sweet and acidic syrup. So that could be something like a white balsamic. It could be something like a vincoto. And so what I'm gonna do is for this little amuse-bouche right here, I got some lovely Blue Point oysters. These are from the state of New York, flown in fresh this morning on ice. Gonna be absolutely lovely. Got a very neutral flavor for an oyster, which is why we're flavoring it with a Baja Blast, which is why we're flavoring it with this Baja Blast granita. So I'm gonna take this nice hothouse cucumber, I'm just gonna slice it up, get it into little cubes, and we're gonna blend this up. We want all that lovely cucumber juice to sort of marry the savory flavors of the oyster with the sweetness of this Baja Blast. So you're gonna get some of that lovely vegetal greenness in there. Love this for us. You need to eat a bite of cucumber for every pint of Baja Blast you drink. That's how it's called healthy. So we're gonna add a little bit of spice to it. This is Sancho peppercorn. It's almost a green version of Sichuan pepper from Japan. It's got this just like incredible aroma. It's got that Sichuan peppercorn that just really hits you in the nose, and it's got this bright electric zing to it. It's gonna add so much depth and dimension to this. It's really gonna kind of like marry with the savoriness of that oyster. I'm gonna get this in here, and then I'm just gonna bash it up with a mortar and pestle before we get it into the blender, just to kind of like really, you know, express all those lovely oils from inside the peppercorn. Yeah, so anytime you're seasoning something cold, you have to kind of go a little bit overboard on it. So we get that going in, and then increase the savory factor. Again, we're using some alderwood smoked salt. It's just gonna add a little bit extra, just get a little pinch in there. So anytime you add salt and sugar to a solution, you're going to increase the freezing temperature, meaning it is warmer. It's harder to freeze if there's stuff in a thing. Why the ocean don't get icy. Al Gore. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of lime. Now I'm gonna zest it how Nicole does it. Oh, now I see every bit of zest. Every little bit of zest. Oh, there it is. So we zested about half a lime in there, and now I'm gonna get all the juice from one lime in there. If you have an open wound on your hand, which I definitely don't, use the other hand to squeeze it. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of this Baja Blast reduction. I act like I'm gonna measure it with a spoon. We're just gonna eyeball it. And there we go. And then we're just gonna take, yeah, so this is hyper distilled vinegar, also known as water. I'm gonna do this, I'm just gonna pour that in there. Fudge. All right, perfect. So, how's it still going? What happened? Well, off! Nailed it. All right, so now we are going to strain this through onto the sheet pan. It's got a gorgeous color to it. Look at that. This is a smoothie for later. All right, so I'm gonna fly this in the freezer. We're gonna shuck these oysters. We're gonna get some garnish ready. And then I think Nicole's gonna love this. Knowing everything I know about Nicole, this is right up her alley. We got the granita out of the freezer, and it's not like a super icy texture. It's got a little bit of give to it, which is really great. We can sort of just like make mini, quenelles with the spoon to get on the oysters, but now we gotta shuck these oysters. I'm gonna grab my trusty Mythical kitchen towel.
Hey.
Heat is shucking. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, I heard you were
What's up?
talking smack about some of my techniques.
No, I was doing an homage to you because the way that you zest
You're not doing
citrus-
that right.
What do you mean?
You're not doing it properly.
No, I am. I mean, some
No,
people
no,
go
no.
farther
Let
back.
me tell
but
you. Let me tell you.
I like to find the opening.
First of all, you need to protect your hand a little bit better and make them more small, something like this. So the pressure, when you do it like this, you're gonna hurt yourself.
This
I don't
isn't
want you to.
worst cooks in America.
I know. I
I'm
just
not
don't
on
want you
Team
to. I don't
Rachel
want you to
or Guy.
hurt yourself.
I got
want
my
you to hurt
methods. You got your
yourself.
methods. If I hurt myself, now you jinxed it, and I am gonna hurt myself.
No, you're not gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna be fine. But is this making you uncomfortable? Hey.
What?
Hey, is this making you uncomfortable?
You're doing,
Hey.
you're doing the beat Bobby Flay thing, where
You're-
you're unnecessarily hostile, and it's never quite explained why.
You
Why
have-
do they want people to beat Bobby Flay? Also, if the show's called Beat Bobby Flay, it should be a cage fighting show with Bobby Flay in it.
You have questionable character.
All right, so we got the oyster shucked. There we go.
Do you need help?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good, because I wasn't gonna help.
I'm just gonna kind of
I'm just kind of instigating, you know.
scrape off here. There we go.
Yeah,
And you want the
wow.
oyster to sit in its natural liquor. That's like truly the best part for me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna plate that up, and we get the garnish going. I'm gonna keep shucking these.
Okay, keep going.
bad
That was-
boys. I intended to.
I'm gonna go.
I thought we were having a conversation. All I want to do is bond, you know, and she never lets me in. Let me in, Nicole. Let me into your life. I want to come over for Shabbat. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, so we got our 3 beauty oysters. I am super happy with that. Now I'm gonna take a small spoon, and all I'm gonna do is shave at this granita. You know, spoon. Get that right on top. Love that for us. Now, just for a little bit of garnish, I'm gonna take some micro cilantro. So we're at, just get one nice little leaf across the top. This is gonna add 1, a little pop of color, and then 2, that little bit of freshness to go along with the oyster. All right, so here we have our Blue Point oysters with cucumber, Sancho pepper, Mountain Dew, Baja Blast, granita, a little bit of micro cilantro. I think Nicole's gonna absolutely love this. This is a perfect amuse-bouche, but what is an amuse-bouche without a amuse-bouche 2 electric boogaloo, the main thing that you eat. Anyways, I'm gonna make some Baja Blast octopus. All right, so now we are on to the main course. We're working with octopus here. It's one of my favorite proteins. I know Nicole loves it. It's one of my favorite things to prepare at home too. It's actually a lot sort of easier than people think. All I've done with this guy is I've gotten him into a bowl. I've rubbed some salt into the tentacles. It's a great way to sort of massage the tentacles because they can get a little bit tough. But the best way to reduce toughness in any meat is to pressure cook it. We're gonna hit it for about 15 minutes on high, and I'm gonna do it in a little bit of Baja Blast. Typically, I would add some like mirin and dashi to a braising liquid for this, but I mean, mirin and Baja Blast are deceptively similar. Bold claim. So I'm gonna do with this octopus to sort of make sure the tentacles shine is I take this connective tissue right here between the tentacles and the octopus, and then I'm just gonna make an incision with the knife up that connective tissue to make sure when this cooks, it's not sticking together and you're getting nice pronounced tentacles on there. Also, my deepest apologies to anyone who watched Oscar-nominated documentary, My Octopus Teacher. I have not, which is why I'm still eating octopus. Pigs are smart too. Octopuses are smarter than toddlers. Yeah, that toddler's gonna grow up and it could cure cancer. When's the last time an octopus did anything for you? Never. So you take the octopus by the head, make sure the tentacles all sort of spread out. Then all you're gonna do is dip this into the water and then drag it up, and it's gonna cause the tentacles to curl and you're gonna get a lovely shape on it. There you go, dip it in, dip it in, dip it in, and pull up, and you see that the tentacles start to curl already. You're gonna drop that in, pop the lid on. Look at that octopus that escaped from the zoo by getting into the air duct. Ain't getting out of here. All right, so we have the octopus out of the pressure cooker. We've ice bathed it so it's nice and chilled. You see all these tentacles held together lovely. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a paring knife and I'm just gonna do a little bit of light decapitation here. Get the head off. And then this is still good meat, the head meat right here. That's really nice, that's good eating. And now we're gonna take our paring knife and almost like you'd core tomatoes, you're gonna take the beak out. There we go. And then you get these lovely little like nice tentacles that you can just take in and carve out right by themselves. And this to me is the perfect bite of octopus. I'm gonna take a little bit of that canola oil, get into a pan, make sure, spill it everywhere, make sure it gets nice and smoking hot. And then I'm gonna pick out some beauty tentacles. I wanna keep some that have the curl, and we're just gonna drop them in. You might get a little bit of splatter because the octopus is still nice and moist. Just sort of let it run there. Just gonna shower it with a little bit of salt. Lovely, lovely. Just gonna flip one over, check on it. There we go, some beautiful char coming on that. Love what's going on here. Just gonna let that work for a little bit more. I wanna get nice and crispy, especially at the tail here. One of my favorite bites of octopus, you get the really crispy end part of the tentacle that's curled up. And it's just like, mwah, explodes the flavor in your mouth. All right, beautiful. Now I'm gonna get a pastry brush, dip it in our Baja Blast, and just give these all a nice little glazing brush. Give it a little bit of extra flavor. What I'm making right now is a Baja Blast, Mountain Dew, and starfruit gastrique. So starfruit is actually a really cool fruit. It's not really used in cookery a lot. There's not a ton to do with it, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of the juice out. It's got this lovely kind of like pineapple-y, lemony, melony flavor almost to it, a little bit more like that tropical bacterial funk than you would get from either a pineapple or just pure citrus. And take it, I'm gonna try and just kind of, yeah! son of a... There we go. Fancy. Now we can take this white balsamic. I'm gonna get a whole lot of that. Deglaze that in there. White balsamic, it's gonna kind of marry all of the acid and the sugar with that little bit of savory note in with this Baja Blast. Then I'm gonna add some Baja Blast to it and get this reducing. Now we still want some other savory profiles in there, so I'm gonna take some of this ginger root and I'm just gonna sort of crush it. Ain't it cool?
Hey, so what are you doing?
All right, so I'm taking a little bit more of that Baja Blast reduction. I'm getting it working with the white balsamic, a little bit of starfruit juice, and some ginger. I'm gonna salt it up a little bit to make sure we're getting all the sort of savory notes in there. Then we hit it with a little bit of lime just because I want that like pure freshness. You know what I mean? How do you think that octopus looks?
I think it looks interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm really proud of you for doing it.
You're a fan of octopus, right? It's nice and fancy.
Why not? I'm a fan of everything, within reason.
What is that reason?
I don't know.
You wanna see something cool though?
Yeah, of course I do.
We're gonna puff some amaranth.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so amaranth is like the—
Shut up.
I won't shut up, you shut
fancy.
up. Oh my God, no, you're fancy. Look at your
I know.
dress. Oh my God.
I've always wanted to like wear a dress at work, but like I didn't know how like nerve-wracking it is to
She
wear a
was
dress at
on to
work.
break the fourth wall here when we talked about this episode. She was so excited. She was like, I'm gonna wear an evening gown. We're like, no one asked you to do that.
Listen, I bought this
Nicole.
5 months ago and I didn't have a purpose for it, but now I do, okay? And I think it looks great.
When are we gonna do the episode where you cook fancy stuff for me and I come in my fancy clothing, which are $19 slacks that I got at H&M and a short sleeve button down?
I don't know, but you have to put that in the...
What? Yeah, here we go. So we got a little bit of amaranth. This is already cooked amaranth, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna give it a nice little jiggle in the fryer here. There we go.
This is so fancy. Can you tell me a little bit about amaranth, please?
Yeah, amaranth is technically the seed of a grass, so you can also eat amaranth greens, which are a really lovely option. It's like, you ever eat Kashi Goleen Crunch?
Oh, duh.
I know you eat Kashi Goleen Crunch.
So much.
It's almost like the little crunchies that you go in there. So when you add this to a dish, all you're doing is basically adding some nice little pop of texture.
Wow, I'm loving it already.
Yeah.
The colors are already really impressive.
Thank you. That's the key to fine dining. You know, you just gotta throw a bunch of smoke and mirrors, but that actually do pay off on the plate, right?
I'm so excited. Do you want me to leave now?
Yeah, get out.
Okay, bye.
Get out. I'm tired.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
tire of these silly games. All right, so the gastrique is almost done reducing. It's got a nice syrupy quality to it. All I'm gonna do is fish out some of that ginger and the starfruit seeds that we added to it, get some nice flavor from that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna mount it with butter. So anytime you mount a sauce with butter, you essentially want to take it off the heat and then add butter so none of the acid separates the butter, and then take a spoon and just kind of swirl it around in there, and it should give it like a nice, lovely sheen to it. And then you can gradually add it back on the heat. You just don't want to sort of like shock that butter at too high of a temperature. Wow, got a ton of punch, got a ton of acid, got a lot of complexity. You want a little bit more salt in there. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some daikon radish, I'm gonna stack these up. I'm gonna punch out little perfectly circular holes in them. So we get these nice little cool things. Any sort of like geometry you can play with on a plate ends up turning out really cool in the final product. And the correct technique is you put that on there and you go palm heel strike. And then you get these lovely little circles of daikon radish. Beautiful, beautiful. Un momento, por favor. Just gonna pour some of this sauce into a little bowl so we can get the temperature down a little bit. All right, so what we're gonna do is gonna take this purple carrot puree, just take a solid dollop of it, just go right in the middle, make sure it's nice and even. There we go. Then I'm gonna take the back of a plate, so we're gonna push down and press up. Press it in, and then make a nice, cool little textured palette on there. Plate, octopus on, whoa. I know. A lot of fine dining plating kind of looks like monsters escaping out of things, which is fancy, which I really like. So now we can get our garnish on there. So I'm gonna take some of these daikon. I'm just gonna place these around in this puree. Let's get a couple on there. Lovely. Make a nice little happy platescape. I'm gonna take some of this puffed amaranth. I'm just gonna add little dollops to the plate. That way when you swipe through the puree, the octopus, you get nice little crunchy bits. There we go. Drop some over there. Kind of make it rain amaranth. Love that. Then I'm gonna take just a couple leaves, put our happy leaves on the plate. Don't wanna cover up the other garnish. All right, now we're gonna take just a couple chili threads, sort of place these around the plate. These things look really cool on a plate. I get a couple little clusters. Yeah, there we go. And a couple more, and scatter those around. And then finally just take a little bit of that gastrique, dot it around the edge here. Get some on the octopus, and just dot that around the edge. So here we have it. Here is our crispy octopus braised in Baja Blast. The Baja Blast starfruit gastrique, a little bit of puffed amaranth, purple carrot puree, daikon radish. Hot dang, I'm proud of this. So we're making a Baja Blast panna cotta. Panna cotta is an Italian custard that is set with gelatin. It's one of my favorite things. You gotta get the texture just right. And I think it's the great vessel to sort of infuse all this Baja Blast flavor into. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that Baja Blast syrup, into this pot here, and then we're gonna add some cream to it. But first, we gotta take our gelatin and we're gonna add it to a little bit of water just to get that gelatin sort of activated. Mix it with the back end of the spoon. Why? Unclear. All right, so we got the gelatin working in there. I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar to that Baja Blast as it's going, and then just a little bit of lime zest. I think lime zest is really gonna give it a little bit of freshness to brighten it up. It's gonna marry with the fake lime flavor in the Baja Blast. Just zest half a lime, get the sugar dissolved. Whiskey, whiskey. Beautiful. And then I'm gonna take a whole lot of heavy cream. Heavy cream is gonna be the base of this, and then the gelatin is going to thicken it. Typically, like French custards are set with egg. American puddings are set with cornstarch. This lovely Italian custard is set with gelatin. I think it gives it just a really fantastic texture. All right, so as that's gonna come to a boil, I'm gonna take some blackberries that have been cut in half.
Do you need my help?
Yeah, no, I just, you know how cats, they like see things on a counter and they push it off?
No.
You don't like animals.
I love animals. I just don't really like deal with cats.
So check it out. We got this Baja Blast panna cotta cooking up there. It's a kind of unnerving color, but we're gonna play with even more unnerving colors.
Seafoam!
Seafoam! All right, so we're making the basil sugar right now. I'm gonna macerate these blackberries in a basil
Great.
lemon sugar.
Wow, no, other way.
But, oh my God. There we go, because now you can see how much zest you're zesting.
You're so funny.
Micromanaging me. I'm supposed to be micromanaging you.
You do, though.
All right, so we got lemon zest in there. I take the sugar and I'm just gonna
Great.
manually crush it.
Wow, you're gonna macerate it.
Yeah. So we should be able to like really crush this, use the sugar as an abrasive to express
On a
all that
scale
basil.
of 1 to 10, how fancy am I?
I think you're at the right level of fancy. You're a 7.8, which means you're
I'm
fluid.
a C?
No, one C's get degrees, of which I could not achieve. Give it a nice huff.
That is, I want this as a perfume.
I'll make it for you, Nicole. I'll give you the world. All right, so I'm gonna start macerating these berries in it.
That's kind of
Do you
boiling.
wanna try the basil sugar?
I would love to.
Yeah. I just put it on your engagement band.
Oh, that's delightful.
Really cool, right?
Oh my gosh, what a great little thing.
Yeah, and then you can use that to finish, but you can also macerate some berries in it.
Gorgeous.
And then I'm gonna take
Are you gonna put buffalo? You are.
take a little bit more of that Baja Blast just to kind of get it working. We're gonna take the gelatin and we're gonna dissolve that in there. Oh, geez, mister.
Gingerbread man from Shrek.
He was a vibe.
I'm really excited, so keep going.
I am too, thank you. You also keep going. What does she think she is? Tell me how to cook? No, get out of here. Now the gelatin is dissolved, it's cooked a little bit, it's activated. We're gonna get this into our panna cotta, ramekins. Looky there, isn't she Baja? Not saying any essential information, so you can cut it. The final plating begins. Sorry, I liked fire too much when I was a kid. So we got all of our stuff here. We got the panna cottas, those are set. We got all the berries macerating and the basil sugar. And now we're gonna start the final plating on the dessert. So I'm gonna take a nice little ring mold here, take some of this basil sugar and kind of just get it around the edge. Yes. I'm gonna take another ring mold and kind of just like pack this over here, pull it. I'm gonna create a nice little basil sugar wall. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the panna cotta, I'm gonna dip it in some warm water, try and loosen it. There we go. I'm gonna see if it has any give to it. Now, yeah, if that doesn't work, you can take a blowtorch. I'm gonna torch it a little bit to try and unstick it from the top. Let's give it a little, almost. Maybe you can use sound vibration. Ah! All right, now we're just gonna lift. There we go. We got our nice little panna cotta right there. Some of that macerating juice. Let's get a couple right on top. Just a little bit of that juice around. There we go. All right, so this looks really awesome. We got that basil sugar wall right there. We got the Baja Blast panna cotta. We have our blackberries that have been macerated in the basil sugar. But there's one more thing. Trevor's been working on some awesome, this is isomalt sugar work made with Baja Blast. If you want to see how he actually did it, head over to our TikTok and our Instagram. The video is posted there. Trevor, this is cool, man.
Here's your sugar.
Thank you. See you later, alligator. I don't know how to respond to that. So we got a couple awesome options here. We got this really cool isomalt sugar cage. We got this like nice little cellophane technique. I think I'm going for the whole cage. How funny would it be if my giant, just idiot bear mitts broke it? Just gonna cage the entire dessert, and that way for this really dramatic presentation, Nicole can kind of shatter the cage. It'll fall all over the panna cotta. I'm really stoked on this. Trevor, thank you for the work. V, thank you for also the work. Nicole, thank you. You've just been sitting there kind of mean mugging me for the last 2.5 hours we cooked this. But I'm really stoked on it. We got all the dishes. We got our amuse-bouche, we got our entree, and we got our dessert. I can't wait to see what Nicole thinks. I'm really curious for her honest opinion. Nicole, what I have for you today are Blue Point oysters. with a little bit of Baja Blast granita, infused with Sancho pepper and cucumber, and then a little bit of micro cilantro to garnish.
Wow, this is gorgeous.
I'm really proud of it.
Which one should I go for? 1, 2, or 3?
I say 2. The middle one to me is the best. That
Okay,
is
great.
the bite I want you to start the meal with.
No oyster fork?
No, slurp it out of the shell.
Oh my God, okay, well.
Yeah, give me one. Bring this down.
I'm not gonna give any direct feedback. That's an oyster.
That's something.
That is something, all right. Who
Wowzers.
should I leave this last one for?
Morgan, for the baby. Babies love oysters. And madam, for your second course today, what we have is octopus that has been pressure cooked in Baja Blast and charred on the grill, brushed with some more fresh Baja Blast. We have a Baja Blast and star fruit gastrique around it with a touch of white balsamic. We have a purple carrot puree, then daikon radish, red spinach, chili thread, and a bit of puffed amaranth.
Gorgeous plating.
Yes. The chef recommends that you pick up a tentacle with your hands and you swipe it through the whole thing, and then, yeah, there she goes.
Okay.
You good?
Okay.
Okay, give me a tentacle. There's some stuff going on in my mouth.
This is crazy.
Madam, for your final course this evening, this is actually a collaboration between pastry chef Trevor Everts and I. What we have is a Baja Blast panna cotta with a little bit of basil sugar macerated blackberries. On top, we have some more basil sugar around the rim, and then a Baja Blast isomalt cage. What the chef recommends is you take that spoon and crack the cage, and the crunchy sugar should rain down, add some lovely texture.
Okay, can I lift it up just to see?
Please, yeah,
Am I
lift up the
allowed
cage,
to?
see the dessert, interact with the dish however you want.
Oh my goodness.
A little bit of fresh basil just should cut through all that sweetness from the Mountain Dew.
This is so exciting
It's
for
an
me.
interactive dessert.
It's like dinner and a show.
There it is. Yes, girl.
Wow, that was fun. Cheers.
Cheers, Nicole, this is a fascinating journey.
What am I eating?
And that
What?
$1 million question.
What a blast this ride was.
Nicole, thus concludes our entire Baja Blast tasting menu. Give me the rundown. What do you think of all the dishes? Start with oysters.
Well, the oysters were absolutely lovely. I thought the granita on top was wonderfully balanced. There was a ton of flavor. It was like a punch of Baja Blast, and then a gentle caress of cilantro, which I wasn't expecting at all. What was the next one? The octopus?
Yes.
Wow, love the fact that I could just take a tentacle and swipe through the whole thing. I was really, really into that. And then I noticed the red spinach leaves instead of the sorrel. Really, really respected that. I was super into the gastrique too. Who would have thought star fruit was such a delicious addition? I'm not a star fruit girl. Are you a star fruit girl?
I'm typically not a star fruit girl. I'm more of a scary spice girl, but I think in that sauce it did work.
Yeah, I agree. It was wonderful. The presentation was gorgeous. I literally felt like I was in a Michelin star restaurant.
Aw.
And the panna cotta, wow, it was an absolute delight. I couldn't believe the colors and the flavors, and everything was just gorgeous.
I mean, that's super glowing, but tell me what could have been improved.
Are you sure? I
Tell
don't
me,
want
I
to
can
hurt your
handle it. I
feelings.
can handle it.
I thought the granita needed a touch more acid. Just
Didn't need anything! Sorry, I'm kidding.
Okay, and then I thought the radishes on the main course could have been dressed a little bit. I would have loved a little pickle on there, a little bit of seasoning. I think even like a little bit of cumin in the purple carrot puree would have been really, really beneficial. Would have brought out the more Baja Blast flavor. And honestly, I don't have any edits for your dessert. I thought it was wonderful, interactive, delightful. So all in all, Josh, I think it's time for me to send the tweet out.
I'm ready for the tweet.
Are you ready?
Give me the validation I crave as much as you crave Baja Blast.
Good job, Josh!
Yes!
Good job, Josh!
We did it!
You did it! I didn't do it, you did it!
No, but I mean, like, good job to all of us. I'm really excited with how all of these came out, and I mean, your judgment really does mean so much to me. I know how many of the best fine dining restaurants you've been to in LA, and I know how much you love this style of food, and I love this style of food too. It was an absolute blast, and I hope you all had a blast watching it. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. If you want to see more episodes like this, drop a note in the comments. If you have any recommendations for Nicole's wardrobe, hit us up down there too. Thanks for stopping by. We've got new episodes every week. Me and Nicole got a podcast that's out on Wednesdays. That's pretty cool. It's called A Hot Dog's a Sandwich. We enjoy it. Maybe you will too.
Yeah.
Find us on Instagram. Post pictures of your dishes under hashtag #DreamsBecomeFood, and we might just repost some. See y'all next time. You can cook up your own feast while wearing the Mythical kitchen apron, available now at mythical.com.